Okay.
My bad, my bad.
Nah, it's
I was
all
trying to
good.
get to the crib as soon as I can. But what's up?
What's the word? Loso is in the building, man.
What's up? What's good? What's good? What's good?
Chilling, chilling, chilling. Yo, Yoshi, Jay Denise, what up? Early morning coffee. Yoshi, she got a lot of things to say. I don't know if she wants to battle one of the
Yoshi,
horsemen. She might want to battle one of the
Yoshi.
horsemen. So, when you first wasn't answering me, I got this new thing I do on my show now. I check temperatures. So,
Okay.
when you first didn't answer, I chalked it up being the half practitioner that I am, that you might have had a low grade fever that you didn't answer. But now that you're here,
Wait, that I might have what?
a low grade fever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You
okay.
know what I'm saying? We
Nah,
checking
I'm good.
temperatures now to now. You 98.7 now. You good. Talk, talk to me though, Loso. Civil War. First time the crowd is back. You got a highly anticipated battle versus New Jersey Twork. How
Yeah.
do you feel like that battle turned out?
Man, I think it was I think it was if you ask me personally, I think it was a good battle. I think it was a
Yeah.
really, really good battle. I always try to keep it tall and never get on Twitter. One thing I pride myself is I always want to make sure that I carry myself with the same integrity I want my opponents to carry after I battle. A battle goes my way after I battle them. So
Mm.
in the building, it just felt like all the momentum was with him. You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like. I mean, granted, I had some people come up to me saying like, "Yo, I think it was debatable." You know what I'm saying? Like personally, I felt like I got the third and Twerk got the first two, and so and sometimes it goes like that. You know what I'm saying? Like not every battle you go and this battling for however long. Like there's just some nights where your material that you think is unbelievable isn't necessarily landing the way that you wanted to land. And so you know, I believe that what I had crafted up and my game plan for the battle was gonna be resonating with the fans. But if I'm honest, it didn't feel like that. It literally felt like they did not want to um like let the material marinate with them at all. And
Mm.
granted, I always think like, yo, while I'm angling, while I'm doing whatever, all right, cool. I'm implementing haymakers, I'm implementing moments and stuff like that. But it just wasn't that. He had set the tone. After setting the tone, I think if I'm just assuming, I'm gonna assume that like that was what they wanted. They kind of wanted like a Twerk and Rum Nitty battle, and they weren't necessarily looking for a Loso and Twerk battle, which was going to be a style clash anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, some people obviously saying like, "Yo, Loso, I feel like you might have got that second." You know what I'm saying? That second was kind of close,
Mm.
but regardless, though, we'll see what happens when it drops on the app. But in the building, Torque definitely won the battle.
Mm. Now, do you feel like that because it's just like people haven't seen them? Was it the material, the crowd, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I mean, so this is the funny thing, right? On Twitter, on the internet, people would say whatever they want about Twerk, and I had been saying this, and I communicated this to people forever. When I was saying I wanted to battle Twerk, people was just like, "Oh, other people, whoever says that they want to battle Twerk." I always see fans coming out, "We don't want to see him because he just messed up with KCJ, or he just messed up with Swamp, or he just messed up with whoever," right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's a lie, and I told him that. I literally was like, "Yo, y'all are not being real with yourselves, y'all." Every time y'all see him, everything kind of just gets erased from y'all memory. And that's what happened. As soon as they called us out, they called out Loso. They called out Loso, they cheered. But when they called out Twerk, they erupted because they're seeing this guy that has given them so many high moments in battle rap. Even if you remember the lows, the highs always eclipse the lows for them when it comes to Twerk. And so um I think that I think that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? They haven't seen him. And when they started seeing him, they didn't want to hear nothing else, bro. So me
Yeah.
breaking him down about, hey, this is, like they've given you time, time after time, like you've you've disrespected these fans and you got, it's always what if and all these other things. Like I'm breaking all that down. They just didn't want to hear that. They just wanted to hear, the gun bars and the strapped ins. So that's just, sometimes that's what the fans want. And you told me that. You said like when you battled Tay Rock, you felt like that's what it was at the moment. But
Yeah.
for
Not
me,
when I battled
go ahead.
when I battled Tay Rock, when I battled Rum Nitty, when I battled when we battled gun titles the first time, like me, one thing I learned about battle rap is it's the narrative. Once the narrative is set, you can't go against it. Like, cause it don't matter what you
Yeah,
got, and that's not to take nothing away from none of the three people I said. Because when I battled Rum, the crowd wasn't biased, cause Rum, this is Rum. You know what I'm saying? So his punches
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
crazy, but it was at the point in time where it's Rum's time. DNA, you've been
yeah,
here
yeah,
already. So not even I'm not even gonna say I won that battle. I'm gonna say I should have got way more love for a lot of things I was saying to Rum, but it was just like
yeah,
this is Rum's time. We good. We good. All right, you
yeah,
here. Salute. We know what you do. Boom, boom, boom. But this is Rum's time. That's why I said, like with
yeah,
gun titles, me and Sean had did 17 2-on-2s already. They
yeah,
already know what DNA and Sean could do. The hype around what Tay Rock and Sue Surf was gonna do was through the roof, and then that's when it's just like it's super hard to overcome because once people already got anticipation and then you deliver, now you
yeah,
fighting two things. Now you're not just fighting,
yeah,
oh they hyped to see him. Now you fighting, oh this nigga's getting busy too. So yeah, I
yeah.
definitely know how that goes,
To
man.
to to me, it's like, if they would have just been at home, if they would have just been at home watching Twork, what I'm saying, on caffeine, it definitely would have been a different thing. But you're right. They wanted to remember the Twork that they remembered in front of a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And for me though, I mean, I know you kind of always tell me this behind the scenes, but I'm always the type that's just like, nah, these the battles I want. Let me get
Yeah,
JC in a small room. If I battle Jack Boy, I want to battle him in a band. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? If I battle Disaster, I want to battle him on the West Coast. Like, that's just my mindset, because I just don't like, um, I don't ever want to hear like, well, if you would have saw this person in this setting, or at this time, like, I just don't like that. So I like erasing any type of excuse, before it's even, possible, kind of put it out there. But I hear you. I feel like during that time, like as soon as he started rapping, bro, it was literally an uphill battle for me. And I know I was wilding. And and
Yeah.
and, and you know me too, DNA. Like, you could always count, everybody could always count, yo, Loso's gonna go up there, he's gonna have 3 rounds. Like, that's just what it is. You could just count on it, and it's gonna be fine material. But and that's what I did. At the same time, even though it was kind of frustrating a little bit in the back of my mind, at no point did I let it throw me off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just kept, even though I was thinking the whole time, I was like, all right, if you don't, I think you said this one time in one battle. I was like, yo, if y'all don't like that, I don't know what I could do for you. You know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
was
I
Tay
don't.
Rock. That was Tay Rock. There's nothing I could do for him. Yep.
Yeah, like, if you're not rocking with this material, I know when I get to this section, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
And so, that's what it was. I did it. I think this. All right, so this is the biggest thing that bothered me though, DNA. I think for me, it's not that another person getting love. That's never what it is. For me, is, this, like, you spend so much time and energy on material, and
Yeah.
as like creators, whether it's music, whether it's battle rap, whatever it is, you spend so much time and energy. You rehearsing, you staying up super late, and then you give it to the world. And when you give it to the world, and they're not necessarily receiving it the way that you wanted it to be, the way that you've envisioned to be received, that kind of messes you up, because it's like, damn, yeah, I've spent hours and days and weeks on this material, and then y'all in like 2 minutes are assessing, nah, this ain't it. We don't want it. That's
Yeah.
like that's like regardless. Like, even if I don't like, let's say I don't like the Donda album, right? Like, it's impossible for me to give it one listen and say, yo, this was trash.
But you,
You
but
know
you,
what I'm
but
saying?
you want
Like,
to know what's so crazy? It's so crazy how the energy works. That's the analogy I was about to make. I was about to say that, but that's art. You
yeah,
feel
yeah,
me? Like you got certain people right now, and I'm one of them. Like I particularly do not care for Donda, and I only heard it once. I just don't like the structure of eight
yeah,
minute songs, niggas talking. But he's on some art shit. Like sometimes, and then you also got to remember
yeah,
too, your art sometimes may be ahead of the time period. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
certain
yeah,
people that spit material and it's ahead of where the people in the culture are at, whatever culture that is.
yeah.
So, but that's the beautiful thing about art; it lasts forever.
Hmm.
So you know what I'm saying, the instant gratification that an artist always wants. You always want that instant gratification off of your art because it's like I want to know that you know what I'm saying you like it right now, but sometimes your art may not get appreciated to 5, 10 years down the line. But that's the beautiful
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
of that shit is always going to be there. So I might hate Donda right now, but it's there.
yeah,
So I might go
yeah,
back
yeah,
and hear
yeah.
that shit a year later, like, now I see what he was doing. Or where I'm at in life might change. That be it too. And that
Yeah,
and
I remember DNA when I had battled the night you battled Mickey Fax, I had battled Chef Trez that night. And I remember the first time when it was on Watch Battle Live, everybody was like, "Oh, Loso got washed. Loso got washed."
mm-hmm.
Now though, bro, I get hit up all the time, bro, all the time, bro. I love your material, man. Like two of my biggest haymakers ever are in those battles. And to this day, bro, I get pulled. Like if I run into somebody in the street or somebody just want to hit me up, they love that material. And I battled him in what 2018.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So like
almost 3 years ago. But that's what
3 years ago.
I'm saying. That's the beauty of art. And then you got to remember, right? This is why I always be like, yo, it's critical when you battle with a crowd or without, because no matter how intricate we want to get, I, I I put myself in the position of somebody that's in a crowd. You want instant gratification. You're on your feet. You're
Yeah,
tired. You're drunk. You're high. You
yeah.
probably went to the bathroom if you really get busy.
It
Did
was the
that.
last battle of the
Popped the
night.
pill. Last battle of the night. I just want some shit to wow me right now. I don't want to think. Where's that
Yeah,
shit that? So that's why I be saying certain battles be like, all right, this battle like I give you a prime example, right? When people was like, "Oh, real sick and DNA, real sick and DNA." Now I know what I would need to do to beat real sick on a big stage. But if you talk about what battle is gonna mean more to the culture when they watch it over and over, it's me and real sick in a small room because it's
yeah,
that type of battle. But now if we go to hypothetically DNA and Hitman, that should happen on a Summer Madness stage.
yeah,
Just because it's like that's what it's for. Like you got to just know which battles belong in what areas too, and then don't be worried about what people, because people gonna say something regardless, bro.
hmm
You know what I mean? So, but like I said, I think when the battle drops, I see a lot of people saying he won. I see a lot of people saying it's close. I see certain people saying you won. So that already just makes an argument for when it drops. I think it's going to do a lot of reactions on the app. A lot of people about to talk about it. So
yeah, yeah. I
the
think a
job
lot
is
of people
done.
gonna run to that. Yeah, I think a lot of people gonna run to that battle and enjoy it. I anticipate people enjoying it even more on the app. But like I said, for me, it was that experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was the first time I had ever been anywhere, and it just wasn't really getting the love that I had thought it was going to get. I mean, I saw some people trying to say like, "Yo, that just wasn't a good performance from Loso." Like not as far
Mm.
as choking, but as far as the material, like they was just like, "That's just not." And to me, I'm like, "Yo, if you just ask me, I'm very very critical on the material I'm writing, right? I'm very very specific on the material that I'm writing.
Yeah.
Like, it's no way I'm gonna agree with that, bro. Like, I thought that was some of my best material, period. Now
Mm.
there were sometimes. So for instance, like in the first round, DNA, I'm gonna keep it all the way tall with you. I had this section where I was flipping his name Jers, right? I was calling him Jers,
Mm.
and so granted, you always whenever you go into a battle, you try to think of a new way to approach your opponent. You know what I'm saying? Because especially guys who have battled a lot, right? Twork has battled a
Yeah.
lot, so it's
Yeah.
only so many ways that you can flip Twork. Um, and even with you, right? People have to think outside the box with DNA or even me. I mean, granted, they don't really flip Loso, but so with New Jersey Twork, I was like, yo, all right, I'm gonna flip Jersey. So I had this where I was ending the words, whether it was like managers, what was the
Mm.
other joint? Dangers, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And so the part that I was getting at, um, I was like, Jack knows about the word I'm reading. I'm betting he won't get in my way, Jers. You know what I'm saying? So there's like there goes a layer, right? The betting and weight. I'm betting he won't get in my way, Jers. Even Smack knows I'm here because of the birth of Jesus. That's why he put my presence in front of you in Maine, Jers. I'm still getting on him and Jack, right? Speaking of Maine, Jers, speaking of Jack, you switched up after that Black Wealth. You could have got him a new chain, Jers. But after smoking drugs, you acted like you ain't know him. Must have been the strangers, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm bombing like each line, and they just wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? They was but what I think it was, if I'm being honest, they didn't know that I was flipping his name as calling him Jers. And so what I probably should have done before that, if I'm watching the game tapes over, what I probably should have done is introduced him, like called him Jers already, just off the rip regularly.
Yeah,
And
that's a
then when I
fact.
got to the flips, all right, cool. Now we talking about something else. But um, that's something that I'm thinking in the back of my mind, like, damn, I wish I would have done it differently. I never want to just, and this is another thing too, DNA. I never want to put my art out there and just be like, oh well, if y'all don't like it, it is what it is. Like, I always want to go back and I take constructive criticism. Now the trolls, they gonna troll, but anybody who's
Yeah,
coming up to me and be like, yo, Los, I think like you should have done this, or you should have done this. That's cool. I listen to them, and because I definitely want to be humble. But at the same time, DNA, like, how would you look, bro, if you went to a Curry game, right? Curry invited you out to a game, and he shot 4 for 20 from the 3-point line. You really gonna go up to him after the game and tell him like, "Yo, Curry, man, your threes, like when you shoot your three, bro, you need to do this." You gonna tell Curry that?
beyond.
No, you gonna look
Hold
crazy.
on, Loso, hold on, because you talking about me being the shooter. I was Curry before they was Curry. The only nigga that
Oh
could
my
talk to me is Dell.
goodness.
Nah, Seth and Steph gotta listen. Now Dell could talk to me.
Dale can talk to you.
Because Dell was letting
This,
it fly
but
before I
that,
was. But no,
but
all joking aside though.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But if Curry asked me, yeah, but I wouldn't do that to
Yeah,
nobody.
yeah, yeah.
Like when niggas battle, I don't go, yo, what up, man? You lost tonight. I think you should have done better. If I see, I'll be like, yo, what up, my man? Good shit. I'm like, yo, DNA, what you think? I'm like, you really want to know? They be like, yeah, but then that's when I tell them like, yeah, you won
Yeah,
or you
yeah, yeah.
lost.
Of course, of
If I
course.
don't know you,
I
but so yeah, I mean, but fans, battle fans, them niggas, that's why they the greatest on earth, my nigga. Nigga just walk
yeah,
up
that's
to
a
you in
fact.
the middle of the street while you at the mall with your family. Yo, that
Nah,
Tay
bro.
Rock
Yes,
battle,
I
Tay
got. I
Rock
had.
smoked you. Go ahead, what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
saying?
yeah. And you got, and that's why I said, like, I had that on Sunday. But my thing is like, at the end of the day, it's like, all right, when we in a field where we invite that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, if we want, like what you said earlier, bro, if we want the instant gratification, we gotta go ahead and take the instant, rejection too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's just both and so even there's been times where I've shook the building and some people was like, it just wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it is what it is. But regardless, man, I think yeah, I think when it drops on Saturday, it's gonna do numbers. It's gonna be dope. I think shout out to Twork, man. Like at the end of the day, like behind battle rap, that's really my man's.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even going to battle him until, when he was in this situation and we had the conversation, and I said this publicly. I was like, let's do it. When they told us about the Civil War card, I was like, nah, I didn't want to do it on that card because it was like an app joint. I wanted it on caffeine, but he was gonna have to battle none. I was gonna have to battle Holmesy the God, and we was just like, man, let's just go ahead and just main event this card. If we battle each other, we gonna be the biggest battle on the card. So that's what it was. But shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that you know. Obviously, it's like a roller coaster with your status, right? The fans gonna think down on you and then up.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that they up on him right now. And that's what it is, man.
All right, before you get out of here though, Lo, so you was there the